Hello and how's it going, everyone? It is Skullzi here with the latest and the greatest gaming news. It's a new year. We all survived 2020. It's finally over. Unless it's out there hiding somewhere, and this is just 2020 New Game Plus, in case you haven't heard that joke yet 1,000 times already on every meme website or whatever by this point. But either way, it's a new year. It's January 1st, 2021, the year that I personally believe will definitely be the year of Starfield and Bethesda Game Studios. I believe Starfield will be a huge comeback moment from all the issues and stuff that Bethesda had over the last couple of years, and Starfield will be an amazing game. At least that's what I think, just based upon my own opinions and my own educated investigations or guesses or whatever into Starfield and all of its possible release date information. But either way, today we're not going to talk about anything I did. In fact, we're going to talk about the newest and the first community discovery of Starfield and potentially even Bethesda Game Studios of 2021, because it's not even a full day into 2021 yet, and that amazing Bethesda community already discovered something interesting. And again, it has to do with those leaked Starfield images. Usually you would think by now, after the months that have went by since these images were leaked, that every piece of information that we could have gotten or broken down from these images would have been discovered by now, but nope, because thanks to someone over on the Starfield subreddit, there is something interesting regarding potentially how the armor and the equipment system might actually work and function in the game. But keep in mind that these leaked images are from an early 2018 build of Starfield, so that means that this armor system or this equipment system or whatever it is has probably since evolved and been improved upon since what's seen in these images, because again, anything in these images is from an early 2018 version of Starfield, and it's 2020 now, and Starfield has probably had a lot done since 2018. But either way, we're going to break all this down together, and I'm going to record my screen. That way you can have all the links and stuff to verify all this information for yourself if you choose to, and that way you can have the official source for this discovery. So let's break this down. I need my Karoshi implants, or at least what I wish they were. But let's break all this down. You can see this Reddit post, like I said, came from the Starfield subreddit over on Reddit, and this was actually posted like an hour from the time that I recorded the audio and the video for this video today. And you can see it was posted by Adradactello. I don't know why none of these could ever be discovered by someone named like John or something simple. It's always some name I have to pronounce incorrectly and look crazy or whatever. But they posted, and they actually said, I was looking at the two leaked suits from these two separate leaked Starfield images that were part of the same leak, and they said they realized they both have elements in common, as you can see in these images here. They did a great job at actually highlighting the different things they noticed in both of these images, and just for a little bit of context, both of these images were included in the massive Starfield leak that happened like months ago in 2020. I can finally refer to 2020 in past tense now. Yay! Maybe, hopefully 2021's better, but either way, they did a good job at actually highlighting the separate similarities they saw between these two images, and they go on to say down here, it makes them kind of wonder if this is how the wardrobe system will work. And you can see the different things. You got yellow, you got green, and you got the pink. The yellow looks like it's either a jetpack or an oxygen unit. The green thing looks like it's some kind of other component, and then you have the pink or the purple tubes, whatever the tubes are. And then of course you got the red gloves, and you can kind of see that even though these two actual suits, these two different spacesuits are different, because one has the red shoulder blades and then the other one kind of has these shoulder pieces that lay over and overlap the rest of the suit in kind of like a decorative way. They're obviously two different pieces, two different armor suits, two different spacesuits, whatever they're going to be called, exosuits, whatever Starfield is going to call these. They're obviously two different separate things, but you can see that the components, or at least the layout of the components, seem to be the same, even though the two suits are different. And this is actually a great discovery, so all props and huge shout out to this person for discovering this, because I do think this does kind of highlight just how the armor and the equipment system might work in Starfield. You probably will have an exosuit that takes up one big piece, both your chest and your armor, but then you can maybe mix out gloves, boots, and equipment for different bonus effects, status effects. I mean, I don't think I need to explain how armor and equipment works in RPGs, because usually their stats apply apply to different things. Some things are better than others, and some stuff has certain stats that apply for different situations. Let's say maybe you're going to be exploring a planet that is known for having a toxic atmosphere, so you're going to want to get like an oxygen tank or something that has built-in toxic or like poison reduction or filtering or something like that. And then let's say you're going to go to a planet that's really, really hot, and you're going to want to do some mining in some caves that have some like molten material. You're going to need some maybe special gloves or some heat resistant stuff for that planet, and just seeing how the equipment and stuff is similar, even though it's two different exosuits or spacesuits or whatever, kind of does, in my opinion, show at least an early idea of what the armor and equipment system might be for Starfield. Obviously, by the time Starfield comes out, or even right now by the time I'm talking about this video, this armor and equipment system has probably been like expanded upon and upgraded a lot, because like I said, these images are from an early 2018 build of Starfield, so that's something we need to keep in mind here. But it's important to keep in mind that Bethesda had separate armor and like equipment systems like we see in these images like in mind from the early development or middle early development stages of Starfield, meaning it's something that most likely will definitely be in the game when it's actually finally released. And to be honest, I'm probably more hyped by this discovery, by this person, than a lot of people are, because it shows us that Bethesda is at least going to be going a little bit more in-depth than at least I would have expected with like the oxygen tanks, the equipment, and stuff like that. Because I definitely expected there to be different spacesuits and exosuits with different stats and stuff, but I would have like figured that the oxygen tanks and like all the tubes and the different components of like all of that, everything you would need to explore space or explore like the vacuum of space or a hazardous planet, all this different equipment would have been like built in to the overall visual aesthetic and stuff of the different spacesuits, meaning one spacesuit would have stuff that would look one way, another one would have like a spacesuit that looks another way. But it seems like Bethesda is actually going to break down the different equipment and components to like particular objects that each are their own individual upgradable thing that you can switch out and kind of tailor your own actual like build for your armor, for your equipment, for whatever it is you're going to be doing in the game, which kind of makes me wonder just how expansive all the different biomes, all the different planets and environments will be in Starfield if we actually need to micromanage and keep in mind like the different components of our actual equipment on our spacesuit. Because like I talked about earlier, any good RPG, you kind of have to save certain armor sets for certain things. Like if you're playing Dragon Age or something, you know you're gonna need like a fire resistance armor set for when you fight a dragon. I guess the same thing goes for Skyrim, but basically like it's good just to have different armor like on hand in your inventory, in your storage, so you can be prepared for certain environments, for certain like situations, certain combat situations. And it seems like Starfield is going to at least take like the RPG element from RPGs and try to carry that over into how space exploration and planning to explore space will actually work, how we'll actually have to plan these things. And this is a good sign in terms of just how deep Starfield might be. Obviously we don't want to like have things go completely like crazy deep, like to the point where we need to micromanage the individual nuts and bolts on our armor and equipment, because that would be crazy. This isn't a simulator. Like Todd Howard has said, they like to take stuff that like has depth to it and gamify it a little bit so it's not too crazy in depth for the average gamer. But either way, this is a step in a better direction from my opinion. Instead of like kind of lessening the depth of their games, it seems like Bethesda might be taking a step in a better direction where their game systems have a little bit more depth to it. But either way, great discovery. Huge shout out to the rare Ninja Turtle, Adradactello, or whatever the name is. Sorry if I can't pronounce it correctly, but thank you for your discovery. Huge shout out. Go over there to their Reddit post, as you can see here, and give it a thumbs up, or whatever people like over there on Reddit. Throw some skooma, whatever. But either way, that's everything I wanted to talk about in today's video. In my opinion, this is 100% proof that obviously there's going to be like an interchangeable armor system, but not only that, but also an equipment system. So this is exciting. Hopefully the discovery and the Starfield speculation and stuff can continue on in 2020 up until the game hopefully releases this November. But that's going to finish up today's video. Let me know what you think about this down in the comments below, and as always, if you enjoy the content, be sure to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and turn notifications on. And if you want to help grow the channel and the community, be sure to share this video, as sharing content is the best way to help grow a channel and a community. And as always, thank you for watching. Be sure to tune in next time when we're one day closer to November of 2021. I can't wait for Starfield. I am so hyped. One might say the hype is assuming direct control.
just works.